Okay. Okay. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Okay. Okay, hello. How is everyone doing today? Okay. Okay, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great day today. Yep. Yeah, so I wanted to get the Yusuf Amir missions done before I decided to, do a stream on this game, on the new DLC. When is the snow coming? The week of Christmas. Hi, first time watching live. Hi, Slice. How are you, man? Do I have multiple suits for cosplay? Yes, I probably have like 10 or 15 suits. I have a bunch. Okay. Go to the Emperor's location. Okay, let's get this. When is next bully upload? Tomorrow. It'll be up earlier tomorrow. Just been watching your Chop Chop video. Oh, did you like it? Is an update coming out tomorrow? Oh, the update's already out. Okay. See here. Yep, okay. Okay. I don't know if he's gonna be in GTA 6. That I don't know. Hey, Mark. I thought you started the stream 1 hour ago. No, I just started now. I posted a video an hour ago, not the stream. How do I get the green screen to be so good? I don't use a green screen. If you're wondering how I'm doing this, I'm using this program called NVIDIA Broadcast, and NVIDIA Broadcast only captures you on there, not the not anything else in the background. Just finished work. What a pleasant surprise. So thank you, Mark, for Leslie, for coming by the stream. If they're gonna add a new Battlefield Hardline game, what features should they add? What I'll tell you is, if they do another Battlefield Hardline game, the game should be set with the cartel in it, and it should have like the cartels as like factions in that, and you could have like wars with that in the multiplayer. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Okay. Battlefield Hardline was not a bad game. As a GTA player, I like Battlefield Hardline. But I guess I can understand why Battlefield players didn't like it. Am I cleaning up the streets, man? Yeah, well, I'm getting, cars off the streets right now. Medal of Honor will be up later in the week. I'm sorry for this delay in that. It's just so many projects have just delayed it, but Medal of Honor is still, being worked on. Come on, out of the way. Ah. Yeah, the weekly rotation is really stupid. It is really stupid. I agree with you. It is dumb. That should not be a thing. You know what I think the most disappointing thing about this tow truck is? That you can't use this tow truck just in regular free mode. Like, you gotta use it with the mission every time. That's the biggest letdown of that, with the tow truck. It'd be kind of funny if you can take people's vehicles. That'd be really funny. Was Jake big like Russell from Bully? He wasn't that big, but he was considerably big. He was way bigger than Jimmy, though.
almost here? Nice! We can get the car ready to be disassembled, which means payment won't be far behind.
What I think of the update? Honestly, I'll tell you this. If this did not have the 1 week cooldown, if it didn't have the 1 week cooldown, I would have given this a 9 out of 10. I'm not even exaggerating on that. Because I would have given it a 9 out of 10 because it at least added a good gun to the game. It added a new business. The business was simple to use. It wasn't like, anything crazy. It added a bunch of heists. It had brought back Yusuf Amir. The missions were enjoyable. They were fun. They didn't pay out the best, but they weren't, like, terrible either. It wasn't like Arena Wars. But the reason that I'm not giving it a 9, I'm going to give it either a 7 or a 6, is because of that 1 week cooldown. That's precisely why. So if there was not that 1 week cooldown, this DLC would have had an easy 8 or 9 for me. But because of the 1 week cooldown, I'm giving it a 7 or a 6. Check the career progress. I will when I get a moment here. Oh, and guys, I'm also working on a tow truck, guys, so I'm working on that as well. I might have that out tomorrow or later today. But the tow truck, what I noticed about the tow truck is that if you take 2 vehicles in a rapid, succession, then it'll give you $12,000 every 48 minutes. However, though, if you get another vehicle after that, it'll get you a max of $24,000. I don't think you can get more than $24,000 from the safe. The safe. It'll give you every 48 minutes, $24,000 if you get a bunch of vehicles. Now, as for the vehicles itself, I've been getting between like 30 to 60 grand on them. I haven't been getting more than that. But I haven't gotten a vehicle that has, that has gotten like near like 50 grand in some time. I've just been getting like, late 30s and early 40s on the amount. No, GTA 6 isn't going to be digital only. They'll still have a disc. But I'm going to have to buy a digital. The reason I'm going to have to buy a digital is because I got to play it at midnight. So I got to make that video on midnight when it comes out. But I'm going to tell you something right now. And I am not exaggerating this when I say this, guys. But the amount of people that will be downloading GTA 6 the night that it comes out, I bet you that is going to shut down the PlayStation Store, or it's going to cause the PlayStation Store massive lag. That will probably happen. I'm actually happy the tow truck is at least decently fast. At least this isn't like a post-op van. Oh, oops. What do you mean, will I be fine? I'll be fine. It'll probably may have a pre-download, but we'll see, I guess. Okay, once I deliver this, I can help people with their tow truck missions or their heists. But, please, guys, I would just really like to do tow truck missions or heists, so I'm fine with either one. I just want to do the new stuff. I'm just not really in the mood to do businesses tonight. So if you need help with a tow truck or a heist, just invite me and I'll help you with that.
Alright, bring the car in. We'll salvage the parts and get paid in no time.
When's the next part of Bully coming out? Later today. I'm good, man. How are you? Do you know my YouTube channel has gotten the most amount of viewers and, like, subscribers that I've had in probably, like, 2 years this month? Like, this month alone, I've gotten the most amount of viewers and, like, subscribers in, like, a long time. Like, I've gotten so many more people, like, there's, like, hundreds of people that subscribe to me a day now. Like, usually I would have, like, I would say probably, like, 50 to maybe 80 people subscribe to me a day. But, like, now it's, like, every day it's maybe, like, 400, 500 people subscribing every day, so we had a massive jump this month in Okay, let me see here.
What's up?
Okay, so thank you guys for the support. I do appreciate it. Have you heard of the PM63 submachine gun? Yes, I know that gun, and my dad also knows that gun. My dad fired that gun in the Polish army. The PM63, the PM63 actually was not... originally, it wasn't that bad of a gun. It was, a cheap, a cheap machine pistol that was meant to be used for tank crews. But the downside with the PM63 is the PM63's iron sights are, on the slide. So when the slide is moving and you're firing that thing auto, it's just gonna keep... the iron sights are just gonna keep moving back and forth, and that's what makes the PM63 so inaccurate because of that specifically. The sights are just, it wasn't a good idea putting it on the slide. Yeah, I will help everybody with their robbery missions. So anybody who needs help, I will help you out. Well, hello, Vesper. You remember my old name, then? I see. Okay, I'm gonna help Timmy first, and then I could help Energy Lloyd, and... What are your thoughts on the GTA 6 canceled clickbait? What is that? What are you talking about? Are you talking about those idiots that are trying to cancel GTA 6? They're, like, saying that the game is, like, sexist or whatever? Like, I've heard people say that about the game. Is that what you're talking about? What's the biggest problem that I have with Rockstar? My largest problem with Rockstar, I would say, is probably the fact that they don't talk to the community at all. Like, they don't interact with the community. That's what I would say. They're very silent. And I don't think that's a good thing. Red Dead Redemption 2, despite Arthur Morgan dying painfully from tuberculosis high honor, he died the way he wanted to go out, not with the sunset, but close enough for him. I always like to think the good ending is the canon ending for Arthur. That's what I've always thought. Thank you for the super chat, Lendon. Is Drifter Kids? Wait, why do you have two accounts, Drifter Kids, then? Or no, I know, right, Drifter Kids. I'm sorry, I'm just a little tired. I don't know why I read it like that. There's a fake photo on a non-existing Rockstar statement where they canceled GTA 6 and start Red Dead Redemption 3. It's nonsense. Oh my god. I can't believe any people would actually fall for that. But, Vesper, are you still here, man? You remembered my old name, I see. This is weird. We're, like, in a separate lobby, but in the same lobby at the same time. That's just weird. Okay. Maybe I'll do one, Drifter Kids. We'll see. I wish Mega Man Legends never got cancelled. Oh, so you've been watching me since the Mega Man Legends videos, Vesper? You've been watching me that long? The Mega Man Legends videos I posted, oh man. That was such a long time ago. So many years ago. I posted a playthrough in 2021 too, but... How can you still clickbait after the trailer? Well, people are stupid. Look, people will clickbait anything. Anything. I mean, and I really mean it. They really will clickbait anything. People will clickbait the dumbest things ever. Do you guys know what some of the most annoying clickbait that I've ever seen on YouTube besides the GTA 6 clickbait is? Because there are some other clickbait that I've seen that's really annoying. You know, I used to watch the history, like a lot of History Channel videos, and what I started doing is I started watching like Pawn Stars clips, like I subscribed to Pawn Stars, and what happened was I started getting this random like Pawn Stars like clickbait recommended to me, like it was like ridiculous. It was like Chumley loses $1 million and gets fired by Rick or something like that. Like it was like, and it's just such clickbait. It's just so stupid. It's like I click on it and it's like nothing like that happens. Chumley doesn't get fired. Like has anybody ever gotten that Pawn Stars clickbait? It's like Rick fires Chumley on Pawn Stars and stuff like that. Like that happened to me before and it pisses me off. It's annoying. Yeah, the Pawn Stars clickbait. It's annoying. Like I seen it once and it pissed me off. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. Modern Marvels was pretty good. Do you know what I used to watch? One show I used to watch back in the day, like a long time ago, I used to watch American Pickers, if anybody knows that. It's like the two guys, they would go to like a lot of people like farms and, you know, towns, like, and they would look for like old stuff and just buy that. But when I started watching American Pickers again, I only saw the one guy. The other guy wasn't on there. I don't know why he's not there anymore, but it was Frank and then the other guy, I forget his name, but I used to watch that. But what happened to them? Because they were like two guys on that show. What happened to the other guy? Because I haven't seen him in some time, but yeah, American Pickers was a great show. Apparently they hate each other? What? They do? They were so cool with each other on the show. Okay, I'm getting in the car.
Get us away from 5 off. I'll tell you what's good with the car once you drop me off in one piece.
I'm gonna get memed now that I said that. Memed out of what? I don't understand. Memed what? Oh, this car only has 2... How are we supposed to fit everyone in this car? Crap. Okay. Hey, Pat, I'm pissed about the AFK security, camera. You get kicked out of the session with this new update. I know, I'm gonna make a video talking about that, Yuritsa. Thank you for sponsoring my channel, man. Oh, you already have King Tiny? Okay. I like Pawn Stars. I'm getting exposed because I like Pawn Stars. What? But look, here's the thing I guess I like the show, Pawn Stars. I don't mind the show. But what I will say is when I watch Pawn Stars most of the time, I don't watch it for the haggling. I just watch it because I'm just interested in the historical stuff that people bring in. That's what I'm pretty much, you know, interested in it most of the time. And honestly, what I'll say about Rick is Rick on Pawn Stars, sometimes I like him, but sometimes he pisses me off. That's what I'll say about Rick. Like sometimes, like, when you see the stuff that Rick, the prices that Rick offers people, like, I get it that he's a business, I get he's gotta make money, but, like, sometimes he just totally rips them off, like, just when you see what he offers them. And, like, I've seen it so many times where he's like, oh, you know, I gotta get it framed, it's gonna be sitting in the shop, I'm taking all the risk, you know, all of that. He says that every single time. It's like the same exact thing, and that's, I get it, Art, but, you don't gotta be necessarily a scumbag. But, you know, to people. I'm talking about Rick, by the way, not you, but it's, I remember there was, like, the... one of the worst negotiations that I think I've ever seen. Like, I saw a video once. It was like, if I get the prices wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy brought in this old revolver in the Pawn Stars, and the old revolver that he brought in, this revolver was engraved. It was engraved, it was in great condition, it was a great historical piece, and the expert that comes in says this revolver is worth like 30 grand or something like that, and then Rick's like, I'll give you 10 grand for it, and the guy just says, okay, and just sells it. Like, it was like, I'm like looking at that when I watch Pawn Stars, and I'm like thinking about, like, are you an idiot? Like seriously, he didn't even try to haggle. It's like, and in that instance, I actually don't blame Rick for you know, making that much of a profit out of the guy, because the guy didn't even try to haggle. But that's like, you know, if the revolver is worth $30,000 and Rick is offering you $10,000, you could at least get 15 grand for that, at least. Because, like, yeah, you know, that's, I don't know why the guy didn't try to haggle, that was just stupid. But that's yeah. I'm gonna go get the car, because I know where the car spawns. I'm gonna just go get the car. Where would you like the next Fallout game to be set? New York. I'd like to see New York in the Fallout world. Thank you, General's Alert. Let me call the professional, have him take a look at this. You know, imagine in like, you know, imagine like 80 years from now, right? If I'm even still alive 80 years from now, and like I'm well over 100 years old, and it's like, and there's like some guy that like walks into some pawn shop TV show, and he just brings in some like old collector's edition of like GTA 5 or something like that, and he's like, let me call my buddy, he knows all about this, and he's just like, elderly professional just comes in, and I just start telling him about this. And it can also be in the hills, can it? We'll see. I see cars down there too, so it's
Okay, two things. One, you'll be in gang territory.
I do weekly money guides now, Purified, so I usually do them on Thursdays when they're
Target on your back and shoot me now, painted on your forehead.
oh, it's a never mind.
I just wanted to say good luck.
Bye, sweet pie. It's, I got work tomorrow, and it's almost today, so yeah, good night. Okay, I'll see you, Lamar. Take care, man. Storage Wars, I've never seen that. Isn't Storage Wars like the show where there's like, they get like old units of like storage that people didn't never like bought them, like, or never paid for it, and then the storage company takes everything and there's auctioning it off just to get their money back from the person. Isn't that what Storage Wars is? But yeah, I'll tell you that
We did it! We pulled off a jailbreak! And made it out with this sweet-ass car! Bring it back here ASAP and we'll get
literally, what I will say is that the History Channel used to be such a much better show. It really did.
I mean, you're fucking killing it. As long as it isn't me. Please.
Or channel. Hello, Pro, my god, a stream at 1 AM is like suddenly getting this munchies from McDonald's and going over to get a bite. Also, I was watching the Heist. Heist. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't had McDonald's in some time. It's like, you know, I did have Chinese food, recently, because I really like Chinese food, and, in my town in the Midwest, I haven't really gotten it. I think there is a Chinese restaurant in my town somewhere, but I haven't, you know, eaten it where I moved to, and so whenever I come to New York, I do, you know, I do usually get Chinese food, but the Chinese food that I actually recently got in Mr. Weifu is I usually like the big shrimp, and the shrimp was all burnt. Like, it was literally all burnt, and it just ruined my appetite. So it was like, I didn't even call the restaurant to complain. I maybe should have complained and asked for another batch, but I didn't want to drive back. And so that was just, they were like, it was just not edible. The rice and the chicken was good, but the shrimp was all burnt. Okay. Okay, do you want to sell the car? Oh, okay. Whatever, then I guess I'll just... Okay, let's help Chasaruni now. No chow mein? My dad likes that, I know. He really likes that. I haven't ever tried it, though. But Ancient Aliens does talk about history. Yeah, it's, Ancient Aliens talks about history the same way that GTA talks about history with the American-Australian War. It's the exact same way. I know the feeling for Uber eating Japanese food, and some items I ordered weren't that great. Ah, well. I love egg rolls the most from Chinese places. Thank you, Mr. Weifu, for the super chat. The Japanese food is actually my favorite food. Sushi has always been my favorite food. But you know what I'll say about sushi? If you order sushi to take out, like, individually, at least from the restaurants that I've eaten at, sushi is typically really expensive to eat. Like, if you just buy it to take out, it's usually pretty expensive. But you know what is cheap? When you do all you can eat. When you do all you can eat, sushi is actually really cheap. But when it's when you're just buying it individually, it does get expensive. Thank you, Mr. Weifu. And for people that don't know what I'm talking about, in the GTA world, there was a war between America and Australia. I'm not joking on that. I'm not trolling. In the GTA lore, there actually was a war between Australia and America, but it's never been explained what happened in that war. It's never been explained. The only thing that's known about the Australian-American war is that America won. That's the only thing that's known about it. It's not known why it happened, when it happened, or what. The only thing we know about the American-Australian war in the GTA series is that it happened before 1986. That's the only thing we know, is that it happened before the 80s. Because it's in Vice City, it's mentioned in the radio. So it's in Vice City's 1986, and so they talk about how they won the war in, so that's, it's in Vice City, it's the Australian-American War. It's like, it's unknown exactly why they, there was a war between the two countries, but...
Let's all remain calm.
Have you ever thought about opening a channel to talk history? I mean, I'll do it on my channel here. I wouldn't really have time to manage a history channel too, because I do a lot of things.
Ready for this crazy shit? Now pick up the police chopper and start making your way over to Mission Row. I'll call you in a bit, once I've done some breathing exercises.
Isn't it mentioned in GTA 3? I don't know. But I do know it's mentioned in Vice City. I'm gonna see what the GTA Wiki says about it. It is mentioned in GTA 3, yes. It says here on the GTA Wiki that the Australians equip boomerangs and kangaroos with explosives. That is apparently according to the GTA lore that that there was a war between Australia and America in the GTA world. It's mentioned in San Andreas Ammunition. Maybe I'll do a lore video on it one day, but that's yeah. This new DLC is kind of like a combination of import-export and the tuners. But what I will say about this, do you know what the best part of this DLC is? No Moody Man and no Santa. That's really the best part of this DLC. No Moody Man and no Santa. You don't gotta hear baby or MFer every minute. Yeah, it might be London.
Once you're inside, remember, stick to the stun guns. I'm not taking a life sentence over a car. And we don't want no panics cops shooting anybody because we're sloppy. My guy's in his cell on the lower level, but we still need a key.
These weren't here then. I didn't even look. Did I even get paid anything for that mission before? I should check. Baby MFer, Streetsman, Johnny Boy, Louis. As I'll tell you something, as annoying as Manny was, at least I could tolerate the streets and the man thing, but the Moody Man and Santa were just annoying.
You find the cells, figure out how to get them open. If there's a computer nearby, it'll take out the emergency locks. After all his escape attempts, they don't take any chance.
Oh, hey, Kill, how are you, man?
Over here. Me. You here for me?
Hey, Pat, will you ever play the Yakuza series? And wondering if you're gonna do all the classes in Bully. Yes, I'm gonna do all the classes. I'm gonna do a Bully 100% completion, but what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to, I'm gonna put it to a poll, and I'm gonna ask people what they want to see. A Bully 100% completion, Red Dead Redemption 1, or Saboteur. So, I think Bully will probably win, but I'll still put it to a poll. Oh. Oh.
Get us away from 5 Arc. I'll tell you what's good with the car once you drop me off in one piece.
Okay. What's the estimate on the price of GTA 6? $70. Not gonna be more than that. There might be some collector's edition, but they won't charge more than that, so don't worry about it. But thank you, the Eagle with no name and Mr. Waifu. Lara's Day should be a real holiday 1-to-1 from what Reyes says. Bro, I can make millions, but what is the best thing to do to rank up fast in the game? Watch my video, how to rank up fast in GTA Online. I actually did a guide specifically on this. Just search up how to rank up fast in my channel. Just go on my videos and search that. But basically, to say it really quick, what you have to do to rank up really quick in this game is, what you do is buy 5 warehouses. And what you do is you buy 1 crate, CEO crate, you take it to the warehouse that's 2400 RP. If you sell the crate, that is going to be, selling the crate is going to be like 4800 RP. So you're going to be getting somewhere close to 7000 RP. And that's like every, 15 minutes. Just, deliver the crate, sell the crate, 7000 RP every 15 minutes. It's like the easiest way to is the easiest way to level up. Is selling 1 crate at a time from 5 warehouses. Oh, come on. Okay. I'm gonna take the other way out of here. Easiest way to level up, I'm boring. It is boring, I will admit that. But it is the easiest way to level up. Is there any way for me to see the bonus objectives? How do I see the bonus objectives? Because, is there like a button I can hit to see them? Am I ever gonna start a rap career? No. Did I see the new Skyrim update? No, you can't. That's stupid. If you can't see them then. The new Skyrim update, can somebody explain to me what the controversy with that is? Because I heard that, like, people were really pissed about it. What happened exactly? That's the only thing I know is people were really angry about the Skyrim update. I play Skyrim a lot. I have a platinum in it. So, could somebody let me know in the comments what happened? Wait, what the... What did I just hit? What the hell? What do you... What? Did I just... Okay. Okay, not that way. It's... That was a massive disaster. One of the 4 objectives is no cop killing. Yeah, I hope I didn't kill that cop at least. Also, when's the next Bully playthrough? I'm on chapter 3 and I love their editing as Jimmy as greaser punk in addition to edgy emo kid sports fan. Thanks, Mr. Waifu. Next part of Bully will be later today. Skyrim combined paid mods and free mods and limited the amount of mod space to 4 gigs? What? Oh no. I have so many mods installed on my character on Skyrim on PS5, so I hope I didn't install more than like 4 gigs of mods. At least I hope I didn't. So I'm gonna have to check up on that when I get a chance. Oh, I used to stream this late back in the day, like years ago. I used to, you know, my streams would go on till like 5 o'clock in the morning. People remember that, but I stopped doing that. My best and worst subject in school, that's easy. Best subject was history and geography. Worst subject was math. Yeah, I've never been a fan of math. What's 7 plus 5? 12? What game company do I know is mod-friendly? Hail Worlds Entertainment, the people who make Mountain Blade games. I'm trying to think. Take-Two Interactive has been hostile to single-player modders before. You know, Bethesda's not that great with it either. Guys, look at this. This is gonna be a ridiculous glitch. Watch this. Look, look. Look at this. I don't think Rockstar programmed this cutscene correctly. Look, look. You know something strange about that helicopter? Oh, man. That was, Yep.
Yes. I'm free. Okay, now for you. Here's where you go.
Once he gives you the location of the car, go, go, go. Let's get that thing home. Okay, two things. One, you'll be in gang territory, which puts you in serious danger. And two, you'll be dressed as a cop, so you might as well have a target on your back and shoot me now, painted on your forehead. Oh, I don't have a solution. I just wanted to say, good luck.
Got 1 mile left. Oh, now it's the Ballas who have the car? I thought it was the Vagos last time, okay. Let me see here, I missed a super chat, right? Hey Pro, I love your content. I've been following you since you started the GTA Money, guys. Keep it up and keep going. The community loves you. Thank you, Oh crap, about to die here, but thank you, NWP. I do appreciate it, man. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks, man. I don't think any of us picked up the guns. I don't think we picked up the guns. Yeah, we didn't pick up the guns to the police station. Gonna have to use this as my gun.
We did it! We pulled off a jailbreak! Yeah, made it out with this sweet-ass car! Bring it back here ASAP and we'll get any damage buffed out. I'm shaking, bro. We're fucking killing it! I mean, you're fucking killing it. As long as it isn't me. Please.
Oh crap. Ah. Thank you, the eagle with no name.
We getting out of money.
Oh god, no, I gotta mute. Copyright. Save the Lost MC, but Ashley dies, or Blue Pill save the Saints, but Shandi dies. Well, I don't think most people would care if, I don't think most people would care if Ashley died, honestly.
You know? Ooh, this ain't my track, you know? The bullshit! Aha!
UMG getting Arab money.
Of course, of course, of course. Down the hatch. It's good shit, huh? It's very exclusive.
Hello, chat Noir, what's up, man?
Something else, huh? Oh, you are a genius! Look at it! It's beautiful. Worth PJing in just to see. Jamal, be excited!
Hell yeah, this shit is lit, cuz.
Your boss is in a class of their own. Take a picture of me with it. Come on!
Nice. Oh, yes, the tequila. Yes! Oh,
My God, this is the real baller shit.
these are lit, cuz.
So, what are you going to do with it, huh? Is this one for me? I have the money with me. No! Don't tell me I don't want to know. I'll go back to Liberty and either this magnificent beast will follow shortly after, or you'll send me an even better one. Should such a thing even exist? Come on, Jamal.
Shit,
Come on.
bruh.
You wallahi, let's
Shit,
roll.
shit. Haha, bro, woo!
Okay, there we go. 70,000 for helping with that. No cop lives lost. Well, I think we messed up a little bit on that, but it is what it is. There's no way to keep the car, is there? Because Yusuf says you can keep the car, but I don't think there is a way to keep the car, is there? I don't think there is. Is that Ghost Raid glitch still in the game? I'm not sure, dude. I don't know if that's still in. What's the update on your GTA 6 reaction with UMG? Thank you, Jonathan, for asking about that, and thank you for the super chat. Unfortunately, the update is that UMG still is holding the video. UMG denied the claim. If I pursue the claim further, if I complain again, I'm gonna get a strike. So there's nothing I can do. UMG has denied the claim. They're holding on to it, and they're just gonna make money from my video. So there's really nothing I can do about that. It's just unfortunate because UMG are just a bunch of scumbags and they're abusing the YouTube copyright system. There is no way to keep it, sadly. That's what I thought, yeah.
Okay, you ready for this crazy shit? Now pick up the police chopper and start making your way over to Mission Row. I'll call you in a bit, once I've done some breathing exercises.
I've always called it Universal Mafia Group.
Bust into the police station without killing any cops, free my dude, get out alive, lose the cops, and get him to tell you the location of a unique and highly valuable car. It's a simple plan.
I think they brought back Yusuf to bring interest or otherwise mid-DLC. Yep, that's entirely a possibility too.
He's not doing shit that lands him in jail, that is.
Appeal it, Pro. If you win, the strike will be removed. I don't want to risk it, dude, though. I appreciate the support, but I don't want to risk appealing it anymore because I could get a strike for that. What if you re-upload it? There's really no point. It's been over a week and a half or 2 weeks since the GTA trailer has been posted, and so, you know, no people aren't really looking for reactions anymore.
Alright, you got this. Now just try to land on the roof as quietly as possible. Not sure how, but, you know, be cool.
Is there any advantage to salvaging for parts? Not really, no. The only advantage I would say is that you don't have to drive there, but you're losing a ton of money.
Incapacitate any cops up there so you can keep going. Remember, you've got a key card to get you through the roof entrance. Alright, let's roll out the next phase. Gassing the guards so we don't have to shoot anyone. Throw some of those gas grenades through the air vents.
If I was creating a mafia family in GTA, what will I name my family? Honestly, I'd like to see. I would like to see some different like organized crime. Like I don't want to just see the Italian mafia. I want to see something else, like some. You know, one thing that I really liked about the San Fierro chapter in San Andreas is that they brought in the Da Nang boys, which the Da Nang boys were basically Vietnamese organized crime, the Vietnamese mafia. That's one thing I really liked about the San Fierro chapter is that you never seen the Vietnamese mafia in any game. You've seen the Triads in plenty of games, but you haven't really seen the Vietnamese mafia, and so that's what I want to see just like more gangs that aren't that well known. Laszlo left Rockstar with radio personality. Would you like to come back? Me, Maurice Chavez. Also, what is your favorite vehicle, non-weapon? The Damon. I like the Damon motorcycle a lot. One of my favorite bikes. It's definitely a great one. It's my favorite land vehicle in the game. What radio personality would I like to come back? I guess it's probably Laszlo too, Peter. I can't really think of anyone else. Thank you, Peter, version for the super chat. But I think that Laszlo in GTA Vice City was on V-Rock was my favorite version of Laszlo. Why did Laszlo leave Rockstar? Was there a specific reason given for that? I love when you put on Love Fist in your Vice City parts. Well, thank you, Mr. Waifu. Yeah. That part of the game was definitely a lot of fun. It's going good, Brandon. How are you, man? He was making moves in Liberty City, but he went quiet. He left for personal reasons and to spend more time with his family. Okay. I guess that's understandable. I think it was for pay disagreements. That's a possibility, too. Yep. A playthrough of Red Dead Revolver? Yes, definitely considered it. I think, yes, there's entirely a possibility of that. I mean, Luis Lopez might come back, also at the nightclubs in Vice City. But I remember that Luis Lopez actually talked about the nightclubs in Vice City in the Ballad of Gay Tony. When you're doing the Napoli mission, I think it's the Napoli club management mission, the Napoli tells Luis that he should open up a nightclub in Vice City. And Luis says that Vice City is just a retirement home for old people now. That's what he said. It's like just a city for just old people to retire to. GTA 6 will open with Luis being killed for no reason. No. I'm gonna tell you the reason what the story is gonna be, BC. And thank you, Austin, for sponsoring my channel. Thanks, man. So, this is going to be the story in GTA 6, guys. This is going to be the plot. The plot of the game is that the prologue of the game. It starts in GTA 5. It starts in Sandy Shores, the prologue of GTA 6. And in the very first mission, Lucia goes to Sandy Shores and she captures Trevor. And she captures Franklin and Michael. And then Franklin and Michael get tied up. And then what she does is she takes a golf club and just smashes Trevor's head in and kills him. And then you find out that Lucia was the daughter of one of those random biker NPCs that Trevor killed in GTA 5. And then Michael and Franklin have to go across the country, go to Vice City to track down Lucia. And they go and kill a bunch of Lucia's friends. They kill Jason. And then Michael and Franklin realize that revenge is wrong. And then they stop at the end. And that's the story of GTA 6. What are the DLCs you can play by yourself on GT Online? This DLC, largely solo-friendly. Nightclub DLC, for the most part, solo-friendly, because once you need the other businesses, but once you link that, you can just sell everything solo. Cayo Perico, also solo-friendly, but there's a cooldown on that now. What else is solo-friendly? Import-Export is solo-friendly. Drug Wars is solo-friendly, too. You only need one delivery vehicle. Thank you, Oblivion Radio. Thank you for the super chat.
Once he gives you the location of the car, go, go, go. Let's get that thing home.
Oh yeah, the Dr. Dre, yeah, the agency is pretty solo-friendly too. But you do need an extra friend to do the Lamar missions.
Okay, two things. One, you'll be in gang territory, which puts you in serious danger. Two,
I will play GTA Advance one day, yeah.
you'll have a target on your back and shoot me now, painted on your forehead. Oh, I don't have a solution. I just wanted to say, good luck.
Not a spoiler, just warning and bully. Do art class, you'll need it. Huh. Okay. Oh, I'll keep that in mind, Mad Attack. Thank you for the super chat. McDonald's had an adult Happy Meals, what? Hooners, I guess, was solo-friendly too. I'm concerned because 2025 is Raul Menendez's year, yeah. But let's hope we get the chance to play GTA 6 before Raul Menendez plunges the world into war. Okay.
We did it! We pulled off a jailbreak! Yeah, made it out with this sweet-ass car!
Nice paint job on here too.
Won't get any damage bust out. I'm shaking, bro. We're fucking killing it! I mean, you're fucking killing it. As long as...
You know, I know about the history of the Kingdom of Finland a little bit. I don't know about Finland much in medieval times. I do know more Finnish modern history. Finland gained its independence after World War I during the Russian Civil War. Finland had to fight off, a communist civil war in its own country as well. And then, 21 years later, Finland was actually invaded by the Soviet Union. Will I ever do a playthrough on the Warriors? Yes, but I gotta watch the movie first. James Earl Cash is the guy in Manhunt, right? I will play Manhunt and I'll do a cosplay playthrough of it too. No cop lives lost. Well, that's pretty hard to do, that one.
Alright, later.
When was the last time that I was in Poland? The last time, when does the Molotov fire bottle invented? Well, Molotovs... Here's the thing about this is... Molotovs have existed for you know, really hundreds of years when you think about it. You've had, you know, petrol, you know, incendiary, you know, glass bottle devices that people have used. So it has existed for, you know, I'd say probably at least 200 years that Molotovs have existed. But the thing about it is that, back then they were just called incendiary grenades, or they were called, fire bottles. So the reason in Red Dead Redemption, when you use the Molotov in Red Dead Redemption, you know, people are saying, why is it called fire bottle? Isn't it a Molotov? Well, it is a Molotov, it is. But the reason that it's called a fire bottle is because the term Molotov cocktail has not been invented yet. Basically what happened with Molotovs is the Finns were actually the ones who created the name Molotov cocktail. So technically the Molotov is originally a Finnish name. Well, it's technically a Soviet name, but the Finns were the ones who named it. Molotov, so what happened was in 1939 the Soviets invaded Finland during the Winter War, and the Soviets had so many tanks that they were just overrunning the Finns with, and the Finns did not have enough tanks to actually fight back against them, and the Finns didn't even have enough AT guns to destroy all the Soviet tanks. And so what the Finns did was they came up with other ways that they could destroy the Soviet tanks. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the T-26. Is it the T-26? I think it was a T-26. But I remember there was like a really crappy Soviet tank that was like used in the Winter War. And that tank, where if you actually took a Molotov and you threw the Molotov and you hit the very back of that tank, the entire tank would go up in flames and kill the crew. So I think it was that tank specifically, but those like the Soviet tanks were extremely vulnerable because the engine was like very exposed and they were very vulnerable to Molotovs, and so the Finns just started taking Molotov cocktails and they started throwing it at the Soviet tanks and just burning them up. But the reason they're called Molotov cocktails is because the Finns were making fun of Molotov, who was the foreign minister of the Soviet Union. So it was basically the cocktail that they were giving back to the Soviets. Will I ever... Yes, Mad Attack, I will do that play from the Warriors. Do we get to keep the noose outfits? I think you do, yeah. Hi, Fessiona. I hope everything's, is doing well. My birthday passed a few days ago. Have I watched Blood and Bone? It's a free crime movie. No, I haven't. What's Blood and Bone about? But happy birthday, Buddy Young. Happy birthday, man. Yeah, it was a T-26, so I was right on that. Okay. Yep. This guy is the best example of who not to become lonely, broke, and lives with his parents. I don't live with my parents. And I'm not broke either. Let me see here. Have I ever played Wolfenstein? Yes, I played some of the older games, but I played the 2014 game. Did I play Mafia 3? I played a little bit of it, but I didn't get much into it. I just didn't have time when it came out. Well, the P90 is technically already in the game. It's just like a modified version of the P90. It looks a little different, but I think it's the same thing. The magazine is on the top also. Yeah, but what I will say though, guys, is even if somebody is living with their parents, that's nothing to be ashamed of. It isn't. It's not something to be ashamed of. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why somebody would like think that that's like, you know, that's something to be ashamed of. I don't live with my parents anymore. I haven't lived with my parents for, you know, 3.5 years. But that, even so, that's not something to be ashamed of. I don't see what the big deal is. And most parents actually don't want their kids to move out. They don't. So most parents will actually push their kids not to move out. The only time that I would say it's bad to live with your parents, the only time, is if you're not contributing. That's the only time it's bad to live with your parents. If you're in your 20s, it's perfectly acceptable to live with your parents. Even if you're in your 30s, it's still acceptable. And even if you're in your 40s, if your parents still want you living there, there's nothing really wrong with that. But if you are not contributing, that is something completely else. If you're in your, you know, mid 20s, your 30s, and you are not like helping your parents with their bills, you're not doing groceries, you're not doing any chores to help your parents out, but you're just leeching off your parents, then that's a scummy thing to do. But just living with your parents, there's nothing bad about that. Like, I always, you know, when I lived with my parents, I paid for a lot of the bills. I helped my parents out. You know, I mowed the lawn. I didn't just sit there and do nothing. So there's there's nothing really bad about living with your parents. And look at it, with this economy that we have these days, this economy and the government's is stupid and they keep printing more money, you know, it's like rent is going up, inflation is getting worse. It's like, there's a reason people don't want to, you know, live on their own yet. You know, they can save a bit of money by living with their parents. So that's, there's nothing really wrong with that, necessarily. Let's see here. I pay rent to my mom, and I get them some food time to time. Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. And I don't see why, there's nothing really wrong with living with your parents. The only time, like I said, the only time it's bad to live with your parents is if you're mooching off your parents. If you are taking advantage of your parents, and you're not helping your parents with anything, and your parents are paying for everything, that's the only time it's bad to live with your parents. A house in my country already costs $1 million. Is that Canada by any chance? If I'm guessing it right? So true, but there are so many that live with your parents, there are so many that do leech off their parents, especially in the UK. Yeah, and those people are scumbags, but living with your parents and helping them out, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm 25 and I live with my dad. Rent in California is $2,700. $2,700 probably for a, one-bedroom apartment, isn't it? Yeah, that's too much. That is... Thank you, Feline King. I live with my parents and I have no clue what to do with my life. I try to help my parents, although I do feel like I'm a crappy son, to be honest. No, don't feel like that. Don't... I know you're not a bad person, Mr. Waifu. Don't act like that. You're fine. Okay, let's help Mark here now. How old are you? I'm 29. Who would I trust more, Brad Snyder or Big Smoke? Honestly, Big Smoke. And the reason is because if you do what Big Smoke tells you to do, he's not going to betray you. That's the thing about Big Smoke. If you listen to him and you do what he tells you to do, he's not going to screw you over. Brad could very much screw you over at any moment. That's the thing about that, is I would suggest that you watch my lore video on Big Smoke. I made a really good lore video. It's Why Does Big Smoke Betray CJ? But basically, Big Smoke didn't really want to betray CJ, but he really chose money over CJ and Sweet, because Big Smoke did try to convince Sweet to, go into the crack business. To try to do that. Now, Sweet didn't want to go into crack because he saw it as morally wrong, which is what it is. But Big Smoke's ideal is that CJ and him would be working together in the crack, business empire. That was Big Smoke's ideal, what he wanted. But Sweet didn't want to go into crack, and so he basically thought it's either Sweet or all this crack money, and so he basically thought it's gonna be the crack money over Sweet. So that explains it right there. Thank you for your hard work, bro. Keep it up. I'm wondering, what do you think about the Chop Shop update? Thank you, Salvage, for the super chat. Chop Shop update, it's okay. I would have given this update an easy 9 out of 10. So I would have given this update 9 out of 10, but the reason I'm going to give it a 7 or a 6 out of 10 is because of just the fact that you have to wait a week to do the missions again, which is just stupid. If I was in charge of making Saints Row Reboot, I would have based it on the current New York City drill and would have had the old characters like Gad, Shandi, and much more. It would have released it in 2025. You know what I'll tell you about Saints Row, Savage? Is what Saints Row should have done, and I agree with you, is what Saints Row should have done is they should have done what Modern Warfare 2019 did. I'm not talking about the gameplay between the games. I'm just talking about the story. In, like, Modern Warfare 2019, Saints Row should have done that. What I mean by that is that... And don't bring up Modern Warfare 3, guys, because Modern Warfare 3 is garbage. I'm talking about Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2019 was a good game. Modern Warfare 3 was a bad game. Anyways, about Modern Warfare 2019. Is Modern Warfare 2019 rebooted. It was a new universe. It rebooted all the characters, and it brought in some new characters. You had Captain Price, you had Griggs, you had, who was it? Soap and Ghost still weren't in Modern Warfare 2019 yet. There was, Gaz. So they brought back a lot of characters, and they made a new story, and it was good. And that's exactly what the Saints Row reboot should have done. The Saints Row reboot should have brought back Julius, they should have brought back Troy, Johnny, Dex, all those old characters, and just created a new story from that, a new universe. So all the old characters, and they should have just created a new universe, a new storyline, just like Modern Warfare 2019. That's what they should have done. Instead, they did not bring back one old character, and they decided to create an entire new cast of characters. The only character in the entire Saints Row reboot that I actually liked, like, I did not like every single character in that game. Every character disliked, even the main character disliked him too. The only character that I actually liked in the Saints Row reboot was Nawali. Nawali was the only character that I actually liked, but then Nawali, they ruined him at the end, because they made Nawali, like, really creepy. They made him, like, really creepy and weird at the end of the game, where... Like, when Nawali betrays you, I thought that Nawali betrayed you because he wanted to take over your gang. But no, he didn't betray you because he wanted to take over your gang. He betrayed you because he wanted your friends to be his friends, and he was jealous. That's like the stupidest reason I've heard somebody betray you in a video game. Because they wanted your friends to be their friends. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard anybody betray anybody over in any kind of game. That's the dumbest, thing I've ever heard ever. But, that was it. So, the only cool character, Nawali, and they ruined him. And that was, yeah. Thank you, Salvage, for the super chat. People saying you live with your parents to try and embarrass you, but all they did was clown themselves for saying that. Thank you, Mad Attack. And thank you, Austin. Yes, I love the Chop Shop update, Austin. Thanks, man. I do like this update for the most part, but it's like I said, the thing that pisses me off about this update is that you gotta wait a week to do the missions. But other than that, it's pretty good. If you're worried about the next, if you're worried about the next man, get help, dude. Wait, what are you, what are you talking about, Alejandro? But thank you for the super chat, man. Modern Warfare 2023 took a massive crap. And I still got that video coming out, guys. That video on my ranting about Modern Warfare 3, I still got that coming out. I just the GTA update and GTA 6 delayed it. But it's still coming out. Oh, Kamarov. How could I forget Kamarov? They brought him back too. Yep. I think I see it. Hey, Pro, I've been enjoying the DLC so far. The vehicles we've gotten in it are nice, too. Thank you, Mario. And I'm glad that you're enjoying the DLC, too. But it's just the 1 week cooldown is the worst part about the DLC. Black Ops 1 campaign thoughts. Black Ops 1 I thought was the best in the series out of all the games. Out of all the stories, at least.
Don't let them get the car running again once it's down. Just get down to the pit lane, get out there, and grab it.
Carlos can't move. Oh, okay. Oh, Carlos can't move. We're gonna have to push Carlos into the door. Oh man, this is gonna be... Just keep pushing him straight. Yeah, just keep pushing him this way. Just keep pushing him this way. And then push him up the staircase. Oh crap, I think he might be stuck now. Now we can't get him out of there. Oh, whoa. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, never mind. Okay, he's unstuck now. Okay, well, I guess that fixed it. Pat, when can we do our Watch Dogs documentary? Since in January I got 5 classes 5 days a week at a job agency to help me get part-time work besides YouTube. Later in December, because I just have to finish my Pegorino lore video. That's just what I'm really working on right now, Michael. What's the #1 character you want to make a return in GTA 6 and why? Thank you for Ed. Great question. What character would I like to make a comeback? Possibly Phil. Maybe Phil from GTA 4. There's a possibility he might be in Vice City. Did I see the Ned Luke mention you in one of his streams? Yes, I did. And we could probably do a collab together, possibly later in the month. Maybe like next month. I'm just busy with like a lot of stuff right now. But yeah, I saw him and he said that he's never seen my channel before, but I think he said that he thinks that I'm a good guy. So that was nice of him. Who would win in a fight? Eli versus Matt Miller. Matt Miller. I made a poll once. Who would win the fight, Donnie or the entire Saints from the Saints Row reboot? And people said Donnie. Ah, crap. I have to take this to house.
Fuck, dude! They must have been planning to blow this up as part of the show or something. You know, I met a guy at the LS car meet. Knows a lot about cars, and he is mad crazy, man. You know him? He's called Hal. Oh, go to his shop ASAP. He'll be able to disable the shit before it goes off. I'll let him know you're coming.
What state you from? New York. Ah, crap. You know, that's the thing. The funny thing is, I did a poll like a few months ago, and I asked people who would win in a fight. Is it Eli or Pierce? And people actually wrote on the people wrote in the comments section that Pierce would physically win, but Eli would cancel him on social media. Mr. Boss is copying your GTA 6 videos. What? How? But let me see here. Okay. Brooklyn, Donnie. But I grew up mostly in Queens. Okay. Whoa. Honestly, I'd like to see a Watch Dogs game in, like, Tokyo. Like, I'd like to see a Watch Dogs game in, like, Japan. I think that would be a pretty cool setting. Like, yeah, they could do Hong Kong. Hong Kong could be a good setting for a Watch Dogs game too, because they could do it. They could do like the stories the Chinese government is like trying to use, like all this technology to like spy on people and intrude on their personal lives. That would actually make a pretty good story, but Ubisoft probably won't do that because they'd get canceled in China. Watch Dogs 4 is rumored to be set in Boston or Toronto, one of the latest Ubisoft leaks, but take with a grain of salt. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I would still like to see Asia, though, in a Watch Dogs game. Okay. Okay, let's help Carlos and we'll help Joey. How's Katniss, Everdeen from the Hunger Games versus Lara Croft from Tomb Raider? I actually don't know much about the two characters. I just know Lara Croft is from Tomb Raider, but I don't know anything about the Hunger Games. Been watching you for 2 years now. Love from India. Thank you, my name's Jeff. Thanks, man. Hey, Pro, how's your night? Tired? A little tired, but I wanted to do a stream tonight. Thank you, Ryan. But, has anybody else noticed this? Am I right on my math? But I think that the tow truck only pays you out maximum of $24,000 every 48 hours. Because I haven't gotten more than $24,000, and I've gotten so many cars, I don't think it's more than that. Yeah, I know if you stop getting cars, it drops down, but I don't think it goes past 24,000 on, and I'm talking with the safe money. I'm not talking with the money for the car. The safe money specifically. If I can make a new Mafia game, would you do it? Also love your videos. I'd love to set a Mafia game in the 1920s in, like, Chicago. Or, like, New Haven again. And, maybe they could do it like an online game, too, where you could, like, join specific families and, like, fight other families online. I think that'd be kind of cool. Thank you, Superior Gamer 1's second channel. Would I consider Jimmy DeSanta a coward? He tends to act tough, but usually wimps out. Yeah. Yeah, I would say he does. He is. And it's kind of what's really annoying about Jimmy is that he constantly blames Michael for everything. That's what's so annoying about Jimmy. Is that he constantly blames Michael for everything. Ridiculous. Jerry Martinez in GTA 6. I gotta do a poll on this. That'll be. I just thought of an interesting poll idea. Behind his back, though. Wait, what? BC86. Oh, but yeah, you mean behind Michael's back? Yeah. Instead of clickbaiting GTA 6, people say the graphics in GTA 5 are better than GTA 6 to do reverse psychology to expectedly add traffic to their channel. Oh my god, it's like, people are stupid. Best GTA protagonist by personality? That's easy, Vic Vance. Vic Vance, I would say, is the most likable personality out of all the GTA characters. Do I think GTA 6 will have cross-platform? With Xbox, I don't care, but PC, I don't want to see it because of the modders. Which GTA protagonist do I like the most? Nico. Thank you, Ian. I've never watched the Magic School Bus, but I've heard of it before.
You see anything that mentions the Lao princess? Sticky bomb it. That's my uncle's ship. Oh, and find the Coast Guard's uniform before you blow the place. You'll need them.
This is the Coast Guard's uniform. Oh. Oh, gotta get the Coast Guard outfits too, yep. I'm gonna get the one level, here we go. Yeah, I know you can buy the cop cars now.
Oh, okay. Wow, LSPD. Overreaction. A huge overreaction. All we did was tamper with international trade documents. Like, for real? You better ditch the cops before you drop those uniforms at the yard.
Crap, okay. I really hope I don't get spotted here. Okay, good. I would love Midnight Club to come back. I agree with you. Yeah, I'd love Midnight Club to come back. Oh. Oh, great. It's my entire game just froze. I thought it was my capture card at first, but no, it's my game. Okay. Restart. Yeah, my game froze, so yeah. No, I'm gonna come back in. Can somebody send me an invite to that session, please? Thank you. Hey there, Professional. I asked you this on PlayStation, but I don't think you've seen it. Do I need to link my PlayStation account to a social club? I see it, I can play without it, but do I lose anything? Not really. You don't need to link it. I don't think you do. Will I do a lore analysis on Bully? Yeah, I could possibly do that. Thank you for it. Latest lore video on how he's linked to Michael in GTA 9? What? Okay. I guess, let me see how many people. Carlos, I'm just gonna help Joey right now, because it's a few people in your, CEO, and then if I'm done with Joey and you still need help, I'll join back and help you, okay? Because Joey's just by himself, right now. Or Mark, can you go back and help Carlos? Because I think you were helping Carlos before, or if anybody could help Carlos still, Miss Chat Pro, wait, what? Hey, Mr. Fire. Okay, I'll see you, NFS Beast. Take care, man. Oh, guys, don't all leave Carlos's thing just to join mine, You know, speaking of Arnold, you know, one of my favorite TV shows of all time was Hey Arnold. When I was a kid, I watched so much of Hey Arnold. And Hey Arnold was such a great TV show because it gave you so many life lessons, too. You ever see Hey Arnold, Tricky Mario? I think the Christmas episode of Hey Arnold was probably my favorite episode of all time of Hey Arnold. I think it was.
Wake up! It's game day. Go pick up the LS panic truck and let's hit the arena. I'll call you back.
Ever played VR? I did, but I'll tell you something about VR. When I played VR, I've gotten sick before. So I actually have gotten sick playing VR.
Man, I know this god, and I know the Duggins couldn't appreciate the work of art like that if it was reversed up their asses. This is a freaking rescue operation. Seriously.
But the reason that I love the reason my favorite episode of Hey Arnold was the Christmas episode, because Hey Arnold dealt with like real things in that Hey Arnold dealt with real things in that show. It dealt with poverty, it dealt with addiction, it dealt with bullying. There's a lot of issues that show had dealt with. But the Christmas episode was my favorite one, was because Mr. Win, I think that was his name. Mr. Win was from Vietnam, and during the Christmas episode, it was revealed that he was in Saigon in 1975. That's the capital of South Vietnam as it was falling. So as South Vietnam was about to fall to the communists, he was there. He was trying to get his baby out of the country, and when he was trying to get to the American helicopter so that they could escape, there was only room for just one person left in the helicopter. And so he gave his baby to the helicopter. And the only thing he knew was that the baby was taken to that city specifically, and he was never able to see his child again. And like 20 years later has passed. And at the end of the episode, Arnold managed to find his daughter and reunite them. And that was probably my favorite episode of Hey Arnold. The game that made me really sick on VR was the Ace Combat game. The Ace Combat game made me really sick. Yes, I do remember that too. Look up Mario Hey Arnold Christmas episode, and you'll find it. It's only one Christmas episode, I think. But the other thing about Hey Arnold that I'll say, there was this one episode that I remember where the episode was like really depressing, where there was this new girl that came to their school, and the new girl would dress up in fancy clothing. And what happened was the kids at that school just didn't like her, and they were bullying her. And when they were in the cafeteria, they threw a bunch of food at her and just ruined her dress. And it was later revealed that girl was actually extremely poor. She lived in absolute poverty, and it was just her and her dad, and the dad didn't even have enough money to feed her. And that was in a kids show. And the only reason she dressed up like really fancy was because she wanted to, she didn't want to appear poor. She didn't want to appear like she was really poor, and so because of that, she tried to dress up as fancy as possible. So that was a pretty depressing episode. But that was in a kid's show. So that's what I say is Hey Arnold dealt with like really like real life things and like real life issues. But these a lot of these shows today, they don't deal with a lot of stuff like that personally.
Goes up to the private box.
Apparently a Tiger 1 held off 100 T-34s once. I guess it's possible. The Tiger is a very strong tank, but that's, you know, holding off 100. Thank you, Zach, for the super chat. There was a story I heard about a KV Soviet tank destroying an entire column of German tanks. So this one, you know, Soviet tank destroyed so many German tanks.
Sounds like there are no more Duggins in your way, so be quick. There should be a telescope in the box that you can use to find the car.
The Saints Row reboot, if our visitors does well, would have a Nawali take over the gang at the end of the first reboot. You know, I think that the storyline should have been that Nawali saves you at the end. I think there should have been some, like, crazy situation with the other gangs, and Nawali comes in to save you, but just the way it ended was just so creepy, and I just, nah.
Fitted with EMPs in case people get bored. And if I remember it right,
Can I make my money back from the salvage yard in a reasonable amount of time? If you count 1 month as reasonable amount of time, then yes. If you don't, then no. But it's going to take you about a month. And the reason I say it's about a month is because if you do the 3 heists, you get about $1 million back. And if you buy, like, you know, salvage yard, you know, you're spending $4 to $5 million. So about a month. If you do the tow truck missions, I guess you could kind of speed it up, but about a month, I would say, to get the money back. Honestly, I'm not surprised the day before shut down, because that game was so, it was just so suspicious. That's what I'll say about it. It was just so weird. That's why I just didn't trust the game.
now once the car is disabled, head down to the pit lane, get out there, and get in it.
I wouldn't mind it set during the Gulf War. I'd be fine with setting that. Yeah, I'd say I'd be fine with that. No, this interior isn't new. This interior has always existed. This interior has been part of Arena Wars.
Remember to activate that bypass module once you're in the car. They'll just shut the car off if you don't.
How's that guy still alive? No, it's not, no, this was a battle rifle, the MP5 is in this game, but it's just a regular SMG. Wait, what happened, Phoenix? I feel so mad about what happened at the Game Awards. Your friends pass away developing games with you when you're on stage. They tell you to get off the stage. What? What are you talking about, Phoenix? Can you explain that a little bit more? What is the hardest lore video that I ever did? Easy. The hardest lore video that I ever did was a North Yankton lore video. That was, yeah, the hardest one, North Yankton one. A lot of people think that it would probably be the Michael one. I would say, you know, why does Trevor forgive Michael? That one was really hard to make. But the North Yankton one, why visiting North Yankton in real life, because North Yankton, Ludendorff, North Yankton is based on Bismarck, North Dakota. That's what it's based on. It's based on a city in North Dakota. And I actually visited North Dakota. I actually went to the exact city for the video. I went to the exact city to record the town in real life and just compare it to the game. Next bully video will be later today. What is the chop shop was connected to your import-export? My idea is that you're towed and get the cars you towed and get salvaged the parts will go to your import-export for when you customize the cars. That actually might not be a bad idea, Spider-Man. I'm in Eastern US time right now because visiting parents. Are robberies getting reset today or just next week? That's a good question. That's a really good question. We'll see tomorrow, but I think next week. I don't think tomorrow's gonna happen. Wait, what, B86? They have some kind of hurry-up music at TGA, and they were playing it about 20 seconds into people's speeches. Oh. That's messed up. They told people to please wrap it up. You only get 30 seconds to give a speech. Even the creator of Zelda from Japan, imagine giving your speech and thanking your friends, and they say you're done next. Oh, man, that's... No. You can't do something like that. Just 30 seconds for just a speech? No. I couldn't even imagine what I could say in 30 seconds, so that's... No, it just... How many time zones does the US have? Eastern time, Central time, Mountain time, Western time, West Coast time, or Pacific, I should say, time instead of West Coast time. It has Alaska time and Hawaii time. So, in total, East, Central, Mountain, West, 6 time zones, 6. It's necessary because everyone would talk forever, but Thomas though, man, it's you know, 30 seconds is too little for a speech. You should at least give everybody 5 minutes. That's just it. You know, that's, you know, 30 seconds is too little for a speech. Oh, and Puerto Rico, I forgot about Puerto Rico too. So that's I don't know what time zone Puerto Rico would be in. Yeah. Yeah, Puerto Rico is, yeah, so Puerto Rico would be a, I'm not sure what time zone that would be. Somebody might know in the comments, but... Oh. Well, Puerto Rico has independence technically, but it's I mean, technically, I guess it's considered you know, it's a U.S. territory, I believe. I mean, it's not a completely an independent country. They do have their own government, but, and I mean, you do have American Samoa too, American Samoa and the Virgin Islands, so that's other time zones too. So I forgot about that too. So we have other you know islands that are very far away. I'm from England, but I live in Saudi Arabia. The time is now 11:50 p.m. Oh, that is about 8 hours ahead of me. Or time is now 11:50. Yeah. Guam, right? Yep. Yes, I think I know about that, Mario. You are a goated YouTuber. Thank you. Anyone else need help with anything? Invite me. The cars will change next Thursday. So tomorrow or today, Pearson? Pearson, is it changing today or next week? What do you mean next Thursday? Time in Germany is 9:16 a.m. That is 6 hours ahead of me. What time is it in Poland right now? In Poland, it would be 9:17 a.m. And I guess let me help Sophistry, because nobody's helping Sophistry right now. Okay. Okay, guys, don't join my CEO if I'm just in it. Just let's everyone help each other. Yeah, Salvage jobs update weekly Thursdays. Okay, next Thursday, not this Thursday. Oh, okay. Bobby Kotick, the guy from Activision, what about him? Go to sleep? I will in 1 hour. I would jump right into play if I didn't have to work. It's only 10 a.m. here. Yeah, it's 7 hours ahead of me, yep. But we can play. You got a PlayStation now, Helion, so we can play when you have time, man. The new Twitch guidelines? What are the new Twitch guidelines? What? They allow that on Twitch? What is wrong with them? What? Hey, I don't know what's wrong with the Twitch right now. That's just... Whoa. Hey, TJ. Oh, hey, scientist. Is Twitch even profitable without donations? The Twitch streamers, I'm pretty sure, get ad revenue. And a lot of times they do promotions on, like, products, so... I think the cargo ship one is probably my favorite one out of all of these, yeah. I'd say the cargo ship one is probably my favorite heist. Yeah, sure, Phoenix. Still working on your Spanish? Yeah, but I haven't practiced in like 2 weeks, unfortunately. I've just been so busy with the GTA stuff, but I'm still gonna practice. I've been trying to learn Spanish. I've been trying to teach myself a third language, so I've been trying to learn Spanish. I'm gonna start learning Spanish again. Yo estudio español todos los días. Okay, what other languages do you speak? Polish. Biblioteca está en el ciudad Los Santos. My dad speaks so many languages though. My dad speaks English, but English is probably his not his best language. My dad speaks English, Polish, Russian, Ukrainian, Belarusian. In the Fallout series games, I think the most depressing enemies are feral ghouls. Since they ain't dead, they can't give up the ghost, and they can't give up the ghost in 210 years. Yeah, it's like they're just insane. They're just stuck in there, really. Thank you, Lendon, for the super chat. My mother is a Polish Slavic. My father is Polish Tatar. The crazy thing is that the Tatars in Poland, they're a very small, group. I think there's only like 5,000 Tatars in all of Poland, and Poland has like, close to 40 million people. So it's just a small, group, but Tatars are Muslim, aren't they? Well, most Tatars, yes, would be Muslim. Not every Tatar. My father isn't Muslim. My grandmother was Muslim. But my father, he's I would say he's kind of like religious, but he's not he doesn't follow. He believes in God. He believes more in Christianity. That's what I would say about my dad, but he's not a very religious person. My mother is Catholic, and she's very religious. Like, very, very religious.
I have a rough idea of what people expected when they bought tickets for today's show, and I bet it wasn't the daylight robbery of a priceless unique
Okay.
car from one of the most powerful crime families in San Andreas. Still, should be a show, right?
Oh, I have to wait for the team to enter. I'm sorry. My bad. Is there a difference between Tatars and regular Muslims? Well, there's really no, it's kind of a bad comparison there, Mario, because Muslims are a religion. Any Muslim is not a race. Anybody can be Muslim. The Tatars are an ethnic group, so it's an ethnic group. It's So the Tatar people are an ethnic group that come from They come from Central Asia originally, hundreds of years ago.
Hey, ¿qué pasa?
All right, made a mistake there. It's okay, Mario, but just know that it's Islam is a religion, but Tatars are an ethnic group. Uh, but yeah, the Tatars used to have their own language. They still do have their own language, but the language is becoming really rare. It's not a common language anymore. The Russians, throughout their history, the Russians have tried to suppress the Tatar language and have tried to, destroy it. And so there is not that many people that still speak Tatar. I think that's what the language is called, Tatar. My grandmother, she, was like 100% Polish Tatar, and she couldn't even speak the language. She only spoke Belarusian and Polish. But the, what was it? In Crimea, they used to speak it, but there's not that many people that know the language anymore. There was one guy that I remember came to my live stream before who told me he was a Tatar and he spoke the language, but there's not that many people that know the language. But if you want to know what language it's mostly similar to, it's mostly similar to Turkish, I believe. That's what it's mostly similar to. Okay, let's see here. Last time I was in Poland was in 2010. Bro, speaking Polish, jak się masz? Means how are you? Umiem gadać po polsku. I know how to speak Polish. Do I love America? Of course. America's my country. I know America's not a perfect place. We make some mistakes, but there is no other country that I would like to live in besides America. America is my country. I love my country, and yeah, I was raised speaking Polish. But the thing about this is, when I talk to my parents, both of my parents though, you know how my parents speak to me? My parents speak Polish to me, which that's not a real word, but the reason that I call it Polish is because it's basically a combination of English and Polish. Like, when my mom and dad speaks to me, they will speak to me like half the sentence in Polish and then half the sentence in English. Like, they'll just throw English words into the sentence. So it would be like half Polish and half English in one sentence, but I understand what they're saying. I understand them perfectly. But that's basically how my parents talk to me. But I do know that's very common in a lot of immigrant households. I know that's extremely common, where they'll speak like half their native language, and they'll speak like half English in like the same sentence. Like, one of my friends, when I was growing up in New York City, one of my friends, his mom and dad, they were from the Dominican Republic, and they spoke to him the exact same way that my parents speak to me, but the only difference is they spoke half Spanish and half English to him, where my parents speak half Polish and half English to me. Have you heard the Raiju jet is silent due to a glitch? Wait, what? No, I haven't heard about that. Thank you, Dark Emerald. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, whoa, did Sophistry just get hit by the NPC? There was a guy at school who wanted to impress a Polish girl, so he asked a Polish guy to teach him some things, and he taught him rude words pretending they were normal phrases. Oh, man. Oh, man. I already picture what he taught it. I can already picture what they taught him to say. But But the thing about this is, if you've ever talked to any Polish people in villages, because I've talked to Polish people before in villages, a lot of Polish people in villages, they have some very, how would I say, unique way of talking. Is a lot of Polish people in villages, they will curse a lot when they're talking, and not at you, but just small talk. They'll just be cursing a lot, and I've just noticed that. Okay, help take the gauntlet to how. Okay. This is probably the first time that people have done anything arena wars in years. One thing that I hated in Fallout 4 is that all the behemoths in the unique location are hostile. I think they should be neutral. Car statue encounter. I mean, I guess they probably didn't want it to make like be weird where you have this really big enemy that's not hostile.
That was way too close. But how took care of that bomb? This shit must have been last-minute addition to the halftime show because I had no...
What do I think about the update? I would give the update a 9 out of 10 if it wasn't for the 1 week delay in the missions, because there's a 1 week delay. That's just that's dumb. Thank you, Dark Emerald. I am from South Africa, and I only speak English, and the rest of my family speak Afrikaans and English. I know Afrikaans, I don't know how to speak it, but I know the language that you're talking about. That's the Dutch language that's in Africa, right? It's like the Dutch originally was a Dutch language. But about that language, I don't know if you speak it or not. Let me see. Hang on a second. Daniel, do you speak Afrikaans? The reason I'm asking you is because I'm going to be playing a game in the future, which I think you'll be very interested in. There's going to be a game that I'm going to be playing called Far Cry 2 in the future when I do a playthrough of that. And in Far Cry 2, a lot of the mercenaries in that game, they speak Afrikaans, if I'm pronouncing the language correctly. They speak that language. A lot of the mercenaries in that game, because it takes place in a fictional African country, and there's a lot of mercenaries from a lot of different countries, but there's a lot of mercenaries that speak in Afrikaans, and but the thing about that is the mercenaries that speak Afrikaans in Far Cry 2, it's never translated what they say, so it's never the mercenaries speak 4 languages, I think, in Far Cry 2. They speak French, Afrikaans, Zulu, and English. Well, Far Cry 2 generally was a really good game. It was my favorite Far Cry game. The only thing I really didn't like about Far Cry 2 was those stupid checkpoints. That's what I hated about Far Cry 2, how there's just so many of those damn checkpoints all over the place, and the enemies would just chase you. They would just chase you, like, get into cars and just chase you down. That's what was so annoying about the checkpoints in Far Cry 2. But other than that, Far Cry 2 is generally a fun game. I speak a little Afrikaans. Oh, so, but if I ever do play Far Cry 2, make sure you check it out and let me know what you think, though, because you might be really interested in that game. The malaria pills, I don't think were that bad. I don't think that was that annoying. It was just the mercenary checkpoints. Those were really annoying. Gun condition, I actually liked it. I thought it was realistic. If you bought the black market weapons, it actually didn't really jam on you. You have to buy the black market weapons, Helion. They don't jam on you, really, as often. Are you excited for Black Ops Gulf War? I guess. I hope we get to see Mason and Woods and those characters again. Okay. No, I'm still playing Bully, man. I just been busy with just so many things, but I'm still playing Bully. Have I seen the Napoleon movie? No, I didn't. People told me not to watch it. They said that it sucked, but I still will watch it when I get around to it. Bell and Adler? Yeah, I guess. Mercenaries 2 was a great game, it was.
Grab your ride and head up to the docks. I'll be in touch. Oh, and by the way, that getup is fresh. This car's gonna be lit, bro. I mean, my uncle might be a seriously bad guy, but his taste in cars? Mwah!
Did you see, Did you see where Ned Luke said in the interview that the people who plan C in story mode are the stupidest? Plan C? What do you mean, Death Wish? Thank you, Willie. Thanks for the super chat. This is my favorite new heist, this one.
This is it! My uncle's ship stuck out at sea. We got all the kit we need. It's just a bunch of heavily armed psychos between us and a totally unique fucking beautiful car. Time for some motherfucking pirate shit!
You meant to say Plan B? Oh, Plan B. Oh, you mean to kill Michael. Oh, okay. Well, because he doesn't like his character dying? Sophistry, you have to get in the dinghy, too. I think you can get back in your jet afterwards, but you have to get in the dinghy right now. Yeah, okay, you can...
Okay, so the fit's good, but like, only so good, you feel me? The patrol boats might not notice you, but once you're on board, face to face, you're gonna get some looks. That's why, hear me out, you're gonna climb up the anchor chain. Easy. You lift, right, bro? Right? Okay, let me check in with our air support.
Bully video after the stream. It'll be later today, Mando. I'm really exhausted. I'm just gonna go to bed after the stream. Maybe I'm gonna have, you know, a late night snack and then go to sleep, but I'm so exhausted.
Boss, what do you think of my code names? Pretty lit, right? Right?
Has anyone seen the film Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken? Pretty good movie, didn't deserve the hate. Plus on Peacock also. No spoilers, but there's a hit. Don't trust the mermaids. I haven't seen that movie specifically. You know what I'll tell you is, you know what game I don't think deserved the hate that it got? I don't think it did. This might be controversial for me saying this, but Crime Boss. I don't think Crime Boss was a bad game. I don't know why some people hated it so much. Like, I know the voice acting was cringe and it did suck at times, I get that. But the gun combat wasn't bad. And the economy in that game was pretty good. I get it had some bugs, but I'm not saying Crime Boss is an amazing game. But I don't think Crime Boss is a terrible game either. I did have fun with Crime Boss. I don't know why some people hated it so much, but... You know, Crime Boss was a much better game than Saints Row, the reboot. So I had way more fun with it than Saints Row. Saints Row sucked. It was crime. I had more fun with Crime Boss than I did with Saints Row. I know Chuck Norris sounded terrible, I know, but Michael Rooker tried. Like, Touchdown, Michael Rooker, he actually tried. So he actually did do a good job with his character. And Travis, the guy who does Travis, he didn't do bad either. But, yeah. The original Destroy All Humans, yes, I did play that back in the day too.
Got the codes? There should be a terminal in the bridge with cargo info. Could help us find our car.
You know what this mission reminds me of, right here? This mission reminds me of the final mission of SOCOM 2. Remember that? When the Russian terrorists, when they're gonna, when they're bringing the dirty bomb towards Seattle on the cargo ship, and you gotta jump on the cargo ship before the ship gets the place, and just take them all down quietly on the ship and just disarm all the bombs. I don't know why this reminds me of that specifically. Ow. Yeah, Crime Boss I thought was not a bad game. Destroy All Humans Path of the Furon, I don't think the game sucked, but it was just a massive disappointment compared to the other Destroy All Humans. Oh no.
That's fire, bro, like lit. My pilot is on his way.
Ride to Hell Retribution is pure garbage, would you agree? Yes. And here's the thing I'll tell you about Ride to Hell Retribution. You know what I tell you about it, dude? You're gonna say, no, please, no. I'm gonna do a playthrough of Ride to Hell Retribution in 2024. I know it's probably going to destroy me. It's probably gonna, it's gonna cause me to be put in an insane asylum, but I'll fight through it while I play it. So I'll probably do a playthrough of it. I don't think, if I played Ride to Hell Retribution, I think the series would actually probably be pretty popular, because people would probably want to see me cringe at that game. Now, for people that don't know what Ride to Hell Retribution is the worst crime game ever. Out of all the gangster games that have ever existed, Ride to Hell Retribution is the worst gangster game ever. Ever of all time. Out of all the crime games, it's the worst one ever made. The reason that Ride to Hell Retribution is so bad, the story in the game is that the main character is like a Vietnam veteran that comes back after the war, and he goes to Arizona, or I think it was Nevada, it was like a desert state, to meet up with his old motorcycle gang. And the story actually sounds good. It sounds interesting. It sounds cool. Like, Vietnam veteran coming back to his biker gang in the desert. The premise of the game sounds good, but everything else is garbage. Everything else. The soundtrack is extremely annoying. The voice acting is terrible. The gun combat is really bad. It goes on, and the story's so cringe. It makes no sense. It's written so poorly. The motorcycles sound like crap. For somebody that likes biker stuff a lot, the motorcycles sound like crap in Ride to Hell Retribution. It doesn't matter what speed you're going at, they're terrible. But do you know what the creepiest thing about Ride to Hell Retribution is? It's the romance scenes. The romance scenes are the creepiest thing in that game. It's like women are like power-ups in that game. It's so creepy. It's like who wrote the script for that game? It's terrible. It's so bad. Oh, okay, Daniel. The Lost and Damned was, you know, probably the best biker anything. I don't know if there's any other biker game besides The Lost and Damned, but The Lost and Damned was definitely the best one. I remember when Angry Joe, when he was ranting about the truck mission in Ride to Hell Retribution, but he had a point. It was just so stupid. Hi, Pro, do you think GTA 6 will be the last GTA? I can't see them making a 7 or 8. They'll definitely make another one, but don't expect to see it for another 15 years. But they'll definitely make another one. I mean, how could they not? It's their best-selling game of all time. They still got San Fierro and Las Venturas to do, too. Remember that. Thank you, Reserve, for the super chat. But here's what I'll tell you guys about Ride to Hell Retribution. Now, I'm not joking when I say this. So basically, the rival biker gang that you're fighting against, their compound has an electric fence. And the main character in that game, Jake, do you know what he does to get past the electric fence? What he does is he goes across the street, he murders a bunch of truckers, he takes their truck, he drives it several miles, running over so many police officers, killing off so many cops. Then what he does is he drives it into an electrical dam. He kills everybody inside the electrical plant. Then he runs around the electrical plant. He shoots the tanker, it blows up. He knocks the entire power grid offline, jumps into the water. And he did all of that just to knock out the power on an electric fence. Like, all of that. Just to knock out the power on an electric fence. And that is how bad that story was. That's how poorly the story was written in that game. Yeah. What do you think of a future GTA making it where you can carry all your weapons similar to Red Dead Redemption 2 but using your car? I would mind that. I think that would be more realistic. Thank you, Dark Emerald, for the super chat. I wouldn't mind that. I would like more realism, like where, you know, Jason and Lucia can't just pull out an RPG and just fire it. I would like more realism, where, you know, you have to pick up a weapon like that, like maybe in the trunk of your car or something like that. So I would definitely like more realism. However, though, is the average GTA player gonna like more realism? I don't know about that. My comment gets deleted? I'm not deleting your comments. That was Ride to Hell Retribution. Dark Viper AU confirmed to be the voice for Lucia, confirmed by Rockstar Insider. Thank you for sponsoring my channel. Thank you, Anomalous. Okay, there we go. Well, I already did do a video with Dark Viper AU. We did it like 1.5 years ago. Yeah, that is the best mission so far, Carlos. My favorite movie set in New York City, that's easy. The Godfather Part 1. But, I guess I will probably, I'll probably be heading out here. Yeah, you can sell the cars, you know, Carlos. I'll help you with that if you want. Are you against weed? Well, that's a out-of-nowhere question. My position on marijuana is that I think that it should be, that the people should vote on it in a referendum. If the people want it legalized or they don't want it legalized, whatever the people vote for, I would support. I'm kind of more neutral on it. I don't, you know, I would say there's ups and downs of it. But, like, the people that tell you that there's no downsides to legalizing it, I don't think that they're clearly thinking about that. There's definitely advantages to legalizing it, but there's also downsides to it as well. So I would say I'm kind of more in the middle on it. I just think the people should decide in a vote. Just let the people do a referendum and let them decide on that. I'm outside, Carlos. You can just sell it. Well, I don't know. I mean, you can already do that in GTA Online, Anomalous. Oh, I need to be inside? Okay, okay. Let's sell it then.
Hey, take care.
Yo, Yusuf's psyched about these cars.
When are we playing Lego Fortnite? Huh. Hey, Jackknife Finnegan, how are you, man? Okay, So, Jackknife, since you're here, let me ask you, what do you think of my idea for, like, the story in GTA 6? Because I think the story in GTA 6 should be like this. I told some of my viewers here earlier on this, but the story should be that in the very first mission, Lucia, in the prologue, goes to Sandy Shores. She captures Trevor, Michael, and Franklin, and then what she does is she takes a golf club and she kills Trevor, just smashing it in his head, while Franklin and Michael watch in horror. And then you find out later on that Lucia is the daughter of one of the random biker NPCs that Trevor killed in GTA 5. And what happens is Michael and Franklin then have to go across the US, travel across to Vice City to kill Lucia and get revenge, and they end up killing Lucia's friends and killing Jason. And at the end of the game, they realize revenge is wrong, and they don't do it. No game would ever do a story like that. I don't know, BC. I don't know about that. I think there already might be a game with that storyline. Well, it's just a parody of The Last of Us 2. That's what it's ultimately about. Okay, Oh, no, yep. Oh no, I killed someone. I don't like how Trevor despises GTA. You're talking about Stephen Ogg. Well, to it, and I guess we're gonna wrap up the stream here, guys. I'll tell you one thing though about Stephen Ogg is, to a degree, I understand where he's coming from. Not him being rude, But I understand that he wants to get away from GTA. He doesn't just want to be known for GTA. Like, he wants to grow his career. And so constantly being brought back to GTA, I can understand why that would piss him off. But at the same time, he has to understand is that GTA is what made him famous. That's what ultimately did. And people are going to recognize him as Trevor always. Like, when people see him in movies, if they see him in The Walking Dead, if they see him in Better Call Saul, it doesn't matter. They're always going to refer to him as Trevor. That's just what people see him as, Trevor. That's it. You know, so that's you know what I think of most of the time when you see him. So, but what I would say about Stephen Ogg is he shouldn't be taking donations from people that ask him to act like Trevor if he doesn't want to act like Trevor. That's because that's what he was doing, and that was kind of messed up. And he shouldn't be doing that. He should just, you know, he should just make a video and just say like, listen, I don't want to be, you know, associated with Trevor. And you know that's just about it. But you know, but he's getting money from it at the same time, and then says I don't want anything to do with it. And so that's kind of like the Friends guy, David Swimmer. Well, I don't know much about that. I've ever driven a Ford Windstar. A long time ago I did. Why? Why is that, Michael?
I don't know him. I work with him.
Kevin is cringe, Johnny Nina is cringe, Johnny and Eli, is cringe. Yes, Ashley is the most garbage character of all time in GTA. Harrison Ford is the same way. He wants his other roles to be acknowledged. Yeah, and he wanted them to kill off Han Solo, which that's kind of dumb. It looks like the ballista in GTA 3. Huh. How's my rental property going? It's going pretty good. Everything's going good with it. How are you? If you don't mind me asking, I'm pretty good, Gustavo. How are you, man? If I ever get famous for playing one love character, I'll ride that train to my retirement home. Yeah, and you know, I want my channel to be expanding into other content. That's what I've been trying to do for years. But I don't take offense when people associate me with GTA. Am I gonna check out Suicide Squad? What? There's a new one or a game? Maybe I'll look into it. I do want to see, you know, more games where you play from the perspective of a villain. Wait, what, Lendon? Oh, okay. Imagine Lucia kills Nico in The Last of Us 2. There will be literal protest. Hell, I am tired. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go to bed here soon. Chicken selects at McDonald's? No, I haven't heard of that before. Yeah, I would like to see the story about being empire building, possibly like, possibly something with the drug trade, but it's probably going to be a Bonnie and Clyde story, and it's probably Heist are going to be probably a huge part of it. But I guess we will be going here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I didn't play The Last of Us 2, but I know the whole story. I watched an entire playthrough of it. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. And I will, later in the week, I will have a guide on the tow truck. So on the tow truck, I will have a specific guide coming out on that. And I'll have the next part of Bully, you know, out tomorrow. So next part of Bully, I will have that out. I apologize for it. I apologize for not having it out today. I've just been so busy with just so many things. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, do drop a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful day, guys.